Here we go once again. GC, co-host of Sneakers and Up Show, or the Sneakers and Up Show. Shout out to my other co-host Dante. And it's been a little while, but today's topic is going to be about working with shoes that are half size too small, or maybe even a full size too small, and the 5 different ways, or maybe 6, that you can still make it work without killing your feet at all. So let's get right into it. So first of all, number one, first one is easy. Just buy a thin pair of socks. So if you have a shoe that's maybe a little tight or half size too small, you can start off with a thin pair of socks. Easy. You can go to Ross or whatever store you have in your city, and just go to the sock section and get the thin pairs of socks, like really thin pairs of white socks. You got those. That's easy. Number one. Number two is that you can actually replace the insoles. So for example, you have right here the Levi's 4s, right? And this is the actual insole. Don't ask why it's like stuck to this paper. Here's the insole, and this is a size 12, and it's a little tight on me. So what I did was I replaced it with a replacement insole. So let me get into what that actually looks like. So you can go on eBay. I think they make these in China. These are like 50 cents. It's like this. And it's basically a little thinner than the actual insole. So sometimes that's enough to just make the shoe fit better. Okay? So you might be wondering, why is it like shiny like this? It doesn't come with this tape on it, but what happens is this thing is kind of like, it's not very smooth. So I put the tape on it, so when I put my foot in the shoe, it just easily slides in, because otherwise this thing kind of bunches up. So this is one way you can do it. Okay? A second way you can do it is actually, or a third way you can that was the second one. The third way you can do is actually, if this doesn't work, you can try actually stretching out the shoes. So if you look right here, I have these Lecoq Sportifs, and inside of these are a little small. I'm going to get into the specifics about these, and you can stretch out the shoe. This is a shoe stretcher. I got this at Nordstrom Rack. Probably sells all kinds of places. Here, you can stretch it lengthwise, you can stretch it widthwise. Anyway, it's the way you can stretch out your shoe, make it fit. Okay? Also, on top of that, what you can do is you can completely take out the insole. So if you look here, this shoe right here is a size 11 and a half. My size is 12 and a half. So what I do is I took the insole out, and even with an 11 and a half shoe taking the insole out, these are still too tight. So I also had to use the stretcher. So between stretching this thing, like I even wrapped this like with a little face towel, stuffed it inside here, and did that. And now if I wear the shoe with actually very thin socks or no socks, it fits fine. It's 11 and a half, which is really like a size or half size or size below. That's another way you can do it. Okay. And then the other thing you can do is you can actually take your shoes, not that I did that with these, but you can take your shoes to a cobbler, and they can actually use a professional machine to stretch out your shoes. They put the thing inside, put the shoe inside it, and stretch it out. I had a pair of white sand 4s, not the little kid ones, the actual ones that came out many years ago, and they were 11 and a half or too small. I took them to the cobbler, he stretched them out. The thing is that when the cobbler stretches out, he uses like a hardcore heavy duty machine. You gotta be careful, because what might happen is there might be some separation now with the glue and this kind of stuff, because you're really stretching out the shoe. So that's something else you can do. So here are the things, okay? So number one, thin pair of socks, easy. Number two, take out the insole and put in a replacement insole, which is this here. Number three would be to take out the insole completely, which is what I did here, right? Okay. Number four would be to actually put the this stretcher type thing inside of it. Okay. Number five is actually taking it to a professional, cobbler, having him stretch out the shoe, but be careful, or her. And number six is actually, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got this from actually Tragic. Tragic is a customizer here in the Bay Area, and what he said was that if the shoe is still too tight and you don't want to completely remove the insole, like I have this replacement insole here, you can get these from eBay like I mentioned before, but you could also just take a paper towel and just like fold it in half, or make the insole that way, and it's even thinner than this, and it gives you a little bit of cushion, but it's better than nothing, and it actually makes the shoe fit. So I did that as well with a pair of shoes. So those are the 6 ways to do it. So little tips, so if your shoes are a little too tight, before you give them away or throw them away or sell them for a price you don't want to sell them for, you have those 6 tips. GC, Sneakers and Up Show, hopefully that helped. I'm sure you guys do one of these. If you do any of these, let me know in the comments. If you have any other tips, let me know as well. But there's no reason to kill your feet. There's a lot of different options. GC, Sneakers and Up Show, I'm out.